Hey friend, I'm happy you stopped by. Let's take a look into what is going on, shall we? First, let me introduce myself. I am Joy. It is an honor and a privilege to bring this information forward to you. It is my goal to bring forward your joy into this world because joy is what is relevant to you. It is how love filters in through your being and brings about the exuberance, the happy life that you are seeking. Okay, so you know what? Let's take a deep breath first. All right, let's just get into this moment right now. So I'm going to do it with you. We're going to breathe in through our nose and then sigh out through our mouth, just letting everything go that is excess or extra so that we get into the center of who we are. All right, let's breathe in. Feels good, doesn't it? Let's do it one more time. Breathe on in. Sighing it out. Letting all that heart space clear out. Okay, so with that, let's get an affirmation first to set this off. I'm glad you stopped by. What is it that has brought you by? You could put it down in the comments down below or just draw it into the center of your mind, into the forefront of your mind, and that's what we're going to get into, okay? All right, let's get an affirmation for, I see you coming on out. Come on, it's sticking. It's sticking. Does life feel a little stuck for you right now? Let's see. I am open to receive. And I tell you what, if it's sticking, ooh, and what has you turned on your side? Issues with worth going on, maybe expending too much, not knowing where to apply yourself or to invest. So let's go ahead and do this. Let's clear out one more time. Breathe it on in and let that big sigh out. There we go. Now we're in the driver's seat, okay? I am open to receive. You can say that with me if you'd like. I am open to receive. Okay, so let's get a little tea leaf to kick it off. At the bottom is the broken ring. Parting of the ways in either romance or business. And I would say the old ways of finding your happy juiciness in someone else because it comes from you. We are desiring to connect first and foremost to ourselves. That's right. You don't want your bank account filtering out to anyone else, do you? Your car keys in someone else's hand, your house keys, no, they are yours, okay? And then you can grant access from there. So let's start here. I'm going to do the little deep dive to find out what is in our tea. Well, it's interesting that we are diving down because it's things coming forward from the ocean. And that would make sense because when I was picking my Clarifying the Tarot deck, the cups kept showing up. Some people, there's a 3 of Cups thing going on, knowing where to put your your investment of love. Where is going to bring the return? And that's not just people. This can do with love and money are tied together. So it can have to do with love or money, but they're wanting to bring it together with you. So we have Seahorse, family matters. They holding on there. What you holding on to in those family matters? Ooh, see, I tell you, you think that's going to be sweet, but it's looking like onion. It's looking like some onion up in there. And then we have Shark, take care or there will be a loss of material wealth. And that has to do with possibility. Maybe we're going to shore up some leaks that have been kind of going out where you're taking this beautiful uprising, juicy energy, especially Mars going on right now, and you're pouring it forth first into external relationships as opposed to the internal. Now, I didn't know I was going to talk about it here, but I'll give you a little blip. Some of these words may sound all weird and woo-woo and out there, but your soul knows what I am talking about. We came from another place before we landed here. So anyways, Mars is showing up tied to Venus a little bit, that there is maybe some butting of heads in relationship, but it can also have the opportunity to begin to see eye to eye. And that's why we're getting into the letter I first here, so that we can start to see eye to eye, so that we are prepared and we are living in our truth, as opposed to having to deal with conflict and confrontation. We just see things coming as a challenge, a way to express the strength and the purpose and the gratitude of you. Okay, so I went ahead and spread them out. We are using the Sacred Door, maybe. Sheena Marie, thank you for loving me. Anyway, she knows what I'm talking about. But in this deck, coming out. We're going to do it through the oracles first. And when I spread them out and I started to select and put them down, I've turned over the one card, and that is the card of the present. Now, mind you, I want you to take a look. You're right on time. You are right on time. And at the bottom, Willow, Spirit, and Willow, if you're showing up, hi, it's good to have you back. Flexibility. So this has to do with being able to move about, as opposed to thinking that you have to stay planted and committed and hold on to it to make sure it happens, to ensure it, to be certain, to have that absolute control and to know. Well, this card is letting us know that you don't. Okay, there's a whole lot more going on than just you. They want you to stay in control of yourself, and that frees you up. It liberates you to be able to move about, go about, and live your life, and allow nature to kind of take care of some of these things for you. You don't just totally dismiss it and check on out. You have the awareness of it going on. You have the awareness of it being there, and you're receptive to the love, because remember, that's what we're working on. Being open to receive, having help. So how about we turn that Three of Cups into loving help from external sources known as nature, all right? Because we're getting into our true nature, into this moment. So we're going on a little bit of a joyride here. When we got a Pegasus or a Pegacorn, we can fly. We can use the gifting of our physical nature, but we can also use the magic that's in our mind coming forth from our heart. Now with that, we're going to turn over our guidance card and see what we have. Okay, water, spirit, manifesting dreams. Look at that. Breathe that in, okay? Breathe that in with your eyes. Take it on in, and don't be so quick to snap judge, but allow the image to begin to present itself to you or to propose itself to you without having to take any of it in. You can consider out at the place where the two meet. All right. So in this card, I see the otter coming about. There's the magic of the mind, manifesting these ideas and sending them out. As you create your imagination, as you sit into how you would like your life to feel, let those images start percolating and bubbling up to you. Instead of just snap judging, you know, making these square images coming about like film would, allow it to draw to you, and then filter the choices from there without taking them in. Take them into consideration. Now, consideration is kind of like when you float in an inner tube. It's like that space around you that's within arm's reach, but not harm's reach. Interesting. Y'all are getting into some psychedelic interstitial manifestation. Okay, so this is where heaven on earth meet. It's that layer of the magic eyes cutting on, and it begins to impact the heart. I want to get a crystal. That for those who are into crystals, you can have some crystal assistance. You can either pull them out of your stash, you can acquire one, or you can just set your mind to the one that's coming on in here of the water, spirit, and the manifesting dreams. Okay. Pyrite is a powerful manifester of courage, of aligning with your heart in your truth, being fearless. Letting the fear, you might see it in front of you, but you're like, no. And you're not allowing it into your boat and into your vessel. It comes in, it might present itself, but just like a buffet, you have the option whether to take it in or not. And I would say with what all this juiciness going on here, the forest may seem a little dark, but that's more of what's behind you. That's back here, like the film, receiving the energy, interesting imagery, and the energy to broadcast it forward into your future, into these things that are tangible and real. And this has high heart energy going on here. So that comes from your true desires. This isn't coming from things that have been subliminally planted into your mind, or maybe you witness other people having them and you're like, I'd like that, I'd like that. No, this is coming from your truth. Manifesting dreams in the transcendence, okay? Water, spirit, let your love flow like a mountain stream. I know those aren't the words, but that's what they're saying. Okay, and this moves us forward into some decision making or some actions. So let's take a look at that. Thicket of thorns and uncertainty. That could definitely be a challenge here, because if you're setting your mind on everything that's in front of you, remember, like I said, that conflict, those things waiting till they arrive, then that is the challenge and the difficulty, is you're having to sort through a multitude of things. That's why we take time to breathe in, exhale the excess, just like when we use the restroom. We take in what our body needs and it filters out what we don't. So same with the breath. The neat thing about our breath is it is a gift that is given to us that takes care of our body without our assistance. But then we can also mingle and join in by choosing that breath. And a lot more magic is happening than you are aware of. But this is that thing, is getting in tune with your mind, like the creative possibilities. You see these butterflies going on here. Now, they don't carry backpacks. There are no obligations. There is no expectation. There is just an opportunity to entertain what is coming from inside of you. I want to get a little more on that. So let's find out about this thicket of thorns. Like I said, those things can seem congested when all those options are in front of you. Let's get a little clarity on the plan of action here, because it is uncertain. We have the Empress, or as I like to say, to impress you. What would impress you about yourself? Do you ever think about that? That you are impressive? What is it about you that makes you special? What is it about you that you've carried so deep inside that it is just now coming to light, just now coming up, where the inside and the outside are merging to be the same? Life is offering you this invitation and this opportunity to join with you to bring forth the fruit of your dreams. That's what this is showing here. As opposed to a phoenix, where it has to have sacrifice and death and condemnation and struggle and those type of things to overcome. This is when we get into our nature and allow nature to get into us, the truth of who we are. This serendipitous, synchronistic love, this joyousness, this plasma, the fourth state of matter, where things were created, is what comes about. And that's why they were wanting you to clear the air around you, the very air that you breathe. Oh, I love it. It's got Jupiterian energy coming on in. Now, if you're new here or new to this type of talk, Jupiter has to do with your expansion, with your luck, with those lucky strike ideas, with spur of the moment, with spontaneity, with travel, with transcendence, shifting of states, not just having to move from place to place. It can be in the mindset as well. And so they're talking about whatever you think, so it will be. So in this opportunity, you can focus on the shaft of light, lift yourself up out of this thicket, because this thicket is almost like trying to get down in the roots, like you're underneath the earth, trying to manipulate or manhandle or get into that part of the production of the roots. But nature's saying, let us handle that for you. What you plant, stop digging it up. What you plan, stop digging it up. Stop working against yourself. So there's a lot of stop. Okay, so let's breathe here, right? Breathe in and exhale. Yes. And let's remember, I am open to receive, because that is when the fragrance comes forward from that rose. That life that fulfills your senses, that is satisfying as well. That is what the Empress is here to offer us, that Jupiterian energy coming on in. And this is ancient. This is like birthright material, birthright energy, that it bypasses, that when you choose to breathe in and ascend through the shaft of light and go, okay, well, I'm going to get into sowing my intentions, engaging my imagination, impressing my imagination with the truth of who I am, and watching it come about in physical touch, taste, see, smell, that whole thing going on. That's why the rose has shown up for us. Now take courage, my friend. Pyrite is here. Pyrite is here to help. You are not a fool. What they called fool's gold just meant fooled you, not gold. But at one time, pyrite carried a value well beyond gold. So they're saying, just like in the present, Don't be shifting sand and moving around to what everybody else says is the hot or the happening, or this is the way you'll make your money or the most money, or this is the type of person you need to be happy, and this is who you need to become in order for life to favor you. That's why this energy card is showing up here today. It ain't about the list and naughty and nice. We're trying to dismiss some of this confuggery that's been going on here, trying to interrupt your imagination, your flow state, your kind of like a childlike heart, how they start dreaming around Christmas or their birthday. They bring up the screen of their imagination and they start feeling and letting that waft up to you like the fragrance of the rose. Breathe that in. Breathe yourself in. Take time to imbibe in who you are. And they're talking about that as a great idea. So with that, we're going to see any possible obstacles or challenges or things that are coming up at you right now. Wise woman of the grove, grace. Maybe this is a foreign idea to you, that life could be easy, that life favors you, that you are lucky or blessed, beautiful, attractive, divine, that whole thing. But I am telling you from long, long ago, whether this is your past self, your future self, your ancestors, an angel, a spirit guide, whatever it is coming in and lighting you up, resonating, confirming that whole thing, saying you're not crazy. This is wisdom rising up to offer itself to you. With that, I want to get a tea leaf. First of all, there's a month showing up right here in the club. Someone will try and make you do something against your will in October. But the key to that is that I love, let's see if you can see it, belongs to you, okay? You can set your will, your mind, your intention, your energy where you want it to go. And don't be fooled by these distractions, because they're talking about veiled threats, okay? And vined threats. There are things that they've wrapped up and do not have true access to you. It has to lure you out in order to entrap you. It has to lure you in order to snare you with the hook. You just swim right on by. That's what we can look at as this power of water. It's like, I just pass on that, and you just move right on, P-A-S-T, past it, okay? Just move right on past it. So what about this wisdom and the grace? How do we seek out information that will help you? Okay, that's making me think of a friend of mine. And now this particular friend was involved in reading an autobiography about Rick Springfield, I think, and about how they dealt with depression and these other issues. And what was unique is what I was picking up is at this time, it's like not looking at things that you've been through, because that's looking at the problem, looking at the issue, looking backwards. Instead, Pegasus is, see, like here, it's all the stardust and this magic springing on up through your action and momentum. So they're wanting you to look towards inspiration of who you feel yourself to be, wanting that to emerge and giving like the environment that is suitable to that. So if you're a very progressive person and maybe you're interested in fashion and things, you might watch the fashion shows of the upcoming seasons coming out, or maybe you're in broadcasting or journalism, so you'll look towards people who have a personal life that you enjoy as well, so they don't just get wrapped up in the story. So look in the direction that you're wanting to go, and not thinking that you are removed from it or limited by where you're at now. The ones that inspire you, that you think when you're reading it, because your identity is awakening. Not this heavy burden or weight, like a chore list of, man, I need to do this to get in line, if that's where I'm going and that's who I am and that's what I see. So it's saying remove that burden. Remember the butterflies over here? They don't have backpacks. Remove those burdens from yourself and go towards things that inspire you and uplift you and resonate with who you are right now. Okay. And so with that, they're talking about the possible outcome or where we are going, the guardians of the land and protection. Okay. So it's getting into your hope and your faith and that being rewarded your belief being rewarded. So it's no longer just a symbol. And this is something that you have invested in for a really long time. You have connected with in your soul for a long time. You've yearned for and longed for and believed for a very long time. It's just off in the shadows. Just off in the shadows. It's just before you. And they're watching over you and calling you unto yourself, guiding you for it. And that's why the request is for it to be open to receive. Because we do have to be open to receive our blessings. We do have to be open to receive our favor, our accolades, those type of things. Because it's talking about the flow and the directionality of your life. So on the guardians of land and the protection, I want to get, well, and remember we did have a time card coming on in October. So if you're showing up calendarically, if not, I mean, that's still there, but that would mean right now. And so these are set up eternal reads as the words that I'm speaking right now, okay? So guardians of the land and the protection, that your dream is protected. It's not tucked away like fragile things that you don't want them to be harmed or whatever. You're fully into living your life. It's obvious here. But it might have... you might have the tiniest tinge of separation by believing in the possibility. It is possible. It's fully possible, not just part, the whole. The bigger than you can think or imagine. The big picture, the big schema, that type of thing going on. There's the Three of Cups. That's why I picked this deck. That's interesting. I got hairs flying on my hands. So let's, oh, I got a shuffle in my lap. Bring it close to you, baby. It's coming home. It's coming home. Your dreams are coming home. Two of Pentacles. You worked hard, but now it's time to enjoy the rewards. Take time out to enjoy the rewards of living, of keeping yourself mentally fit, spiritually fit, physically fit. That's why otters are here. They're very playful. And in the midst of all their play, they get everything they need. They get fed. They are covered. Their young ones are trained in how to live and how to... There it comes again, y'all. I'm putting it there. Three of Cups, and this is what is sticking to it. Six of Pentacles and the Two of Cups. Okay, because the Two of Cups, the Three of Cups, what else kept showing up? The Queen of Cups. At the bottom, we got the Eight of Cups. It's like you are equipped for this. Look at that. There's nothing that is too much for you. And we're not saying too hard. We're saying too much. You're not too much. This isn't, you're not asking for too much. We're doing away with much and enough and that TOO, okay? We're coming into the land of plenty. And I love it because this Six of Pentacles is such a card of celebration because it's showing up. It's a lot like the Six of Wands because it's the embodying of stepping out into the world. The armadillo is no longer hiding or hoarding. It's stepping out. And as you begin to express who you are outwardly, more is even coming your way. And you begin to see life exactly as you are. No more of that leveraged exchange, that taxation. No, it's truth. It's truth. It's truth, and I love it. So there's more butterflies, okay? People coming in to celebrate along with you, to cheers with you. There isn't the competition going on here because there's plenty for everyone. You are abundant, friend. I absolutely love that. That's why they want you open to receive your own abundance, because then the whole world is blessed, and that has been the plan all along. I'm glad you stopped by. You could click that like button and help us rise to the top. Also, leave your comments or your compliments down below for yourself, for me, for anyone else. It doesn't matter. I'm just glad you stopped by. I want you to know I love you and I believe in you, and your dreams come true. Bye.